Hey guys, it's Lorenzo. So I know it's been forever since I've posted a video, but I've been very busy with school and life and everything. So I finally got a moment to just take a little video. So I thought I'd show you what's going on with some of my orchids in my shade house and what's hanging out underneath my oak tree. So here's my oak tree. It's a Texas red oak. This tree is probably about 5 years old, so it's not an established tree just yet. It's still pretty juvenile. So here is my Vanda Pachara Delight, doing pretty good. All I got out of this year was a lot of root growth, but it's grown quite a bit. As a matter of fact, there's been about 4 leaves that have come out, so maybe next year I'll get my first bloom, but this has never bloomed for me just yet. This is another Vanda that I have. It's the Kawadi Fragrance Caning. Been doing pretty good, kind of a slow grower, but the roots have really taken on, and as you can see, it's really adjusted to the basket that I put it in. It's been hanging here all summer, and the roots have really kind of just grown all over the basket, which I'm fine with. That's cool. Here's my Schomburgkia tibacinus. Now, this is what I bought when I first purchased this plant. It was just this little piece here. It's added this huge pseudobulb. This one's new as well, and this one is new as well. So it seems to want to just creep out of this basket. Look how giant this pseudobulb is right here compared to the rest. It just went crazy, and it seems to really like it. I just watered everything so the roots are really green. Lots of air movement for this one. I just put some bark in there and some coconut husk. This is really just the liner from the pots that you hang. I guess it's just coconut fiber that, you know, you hang pots and potted plants, or you put them on window boxes and stuff like that. So I just kind of lined it, and then I put some bark in there, but seems to be doing okay. This is the Vanda Samsak Udum Gold. Just kind of hanging out, lots of root growth. You can see things are wrapping around the basket here. So all in all, I'll take it, and we'll see what next year brings. On over to my shade house. Let's see. I've got quite a bit going on in here. A couple of flower spikes, but this is a Cattleya Purple Cascade. Couple of new growths on there. Nothing really going on besides that. Got orchid back here. This one is another Cattleya Mini Purple Ceruleae. And this is a NOID Cattleya. It's huge, but it has a nice sheath right here. This one is almost like a Horace Maxima. It's really fragrant, and the blooms are huge. So I've got a sheath there. I've got a new bulb here coming out, but so far only one sheath. A NOID Cattleya of some kind. I have the tag. I forgot to put it back in. It's like 1 or 2 that I made that horrible mistake a long time ago. But if it ever blooms, I have the tag and I can identify it. But until then, oops. I got this Oncidium. This is an Oncidium Catante Orange from Lowe's. It was actually on the clearance rack, but it's doing pretty good. It got a whole new pseudobulb coming out. You may actually hear the train in just a minute because the train is passing by. Here is a... Oh, there's the train. Choo-choo! Here's a NOID Dendrobium I got from Lowe's. It only had this cane when I purchased it. And there's the train again. It only had this bulb. It has, it's a purple Dendrobium. So then I noticed this one little cane that was coming out of here a while back. And look at it now. Look how huge this is. Isn't that ginormous? Look, it keeps going and going and going. Whoa, and what's at the top, you see? A flower spike right there. If it'll focus. There we go. So I'm super excited about this one because I got it on clearance at Lowe's, NOID, and I got this giant cane out of it. I mean, look at my hand. I am about 6 feet tall, and this thing is giant. Look how big my hands are, and look how big that is. It's huge. So I'm really excited about this. This guy's just chilling out. It's a LC Maui Plum, Volcano Queen. I got these when at Fred Clark, he came and spoke at our Orchid Society, so I got two Cycnodes. This one's called Spotted Hornet. And back here is Fred Clark Saturn Sky by Susan Fuchs. So I'm actually excited about these. Maybe I'll get some spikes out of it. This one's got a weird bump on it. I don't know if you can see it right there. So I'm wondering if it's trying to push out a spike or something, but I don't know. Can you see it? Right there, big old lump. I don't know, we'll see. I have a Fred Clark After Dark, it's huge. Oncidium. Bottom row, I have BLC Hawaiian Lightning. This was a rescue from Lowe's also. It's a Encyclia alata. It's actually doing pretty decent. I probably need to stake this up because it's just kind of drooping. Here's the project plant, the Dendrobium normanbiense by Polysemia. So for you guys that are on the Orchaholics Anonymous Facebook page, here is my project plant. I just watered, so I guess I might as well do that. Overall, I must say it's doing pretty good. It took me a while to plant this, so a lot of the roots died off, so I'm just hoping that it's not too late in the growing season for it to recover. But it seems to be doing okay. There's a spider that's living in there. I'm gonna leave him. I also have all these plumeria seedlings, so they're doing pretty good. Look how thick the stalk is. It's actually pretty good. I've got a couple more down here. I planted these from seed. Over here, I have a Cattleya Bactea grape wax. I really would like for this to flower. I don't see any sheaths in any of the new growths, so it's just kind of chilling out. Patinara Heather's Gold. This one I think actually has, I'm not sure if that's a sheath right there. It looks like it to me, but it hasn't done anything. And in here, if you look, I think there's something that's trying to pop out there, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. This leaf is all twisted. So, another growth down there. But you should see the roots in this thing. This is when you know you have a happy orchid. Seriously, this thing was dying at one point, and look at it now. It even is growing through some of the packing peanuts I put on the bottom. There's a root that's growing right through it. Let's see if we can see it. Yeah, right there. Pretty cool. This one was one of my first orchids. Actually, it was in my first batch. Epiciclia Serena O'Neill. This is a new growth that's done really well. And then this one's a new growth also. And so far, no spikes, but it's very fragrant. It smells like a rose. It's really nice. This is a Cattleya Aruntiaca. It's had a lot of new growth. It's been up and down, and I haven't really taken it out to look at the roots, but I guess it's doing all right. This was the old project plant, Cattleya leopoldii. I think this is it, or this is from that batch that I got from SVO, I think. Anyway, this is the Dendrobium spectabile. I did a video on this when I first purchased it. Got a little bit of sunburn here, so I quickly moved it to this side of the sun of the shade house, but seems to be doing really well. I have this new growth. There's another new growth right there. You can see it, but in all of the growing season, this is actually brand new. So far so good, just no spikes. Maybe next year. This is doing really well. I got this at our Orchid Society growers meeting. It's called Volcano Queen BLC Always Dream. We've got a really big growth that's coming out here, and then a sheath here. Look at this. And it's really puffy here, so I'm hoping that it's doing well. I think that's a ladybug that's in there, right there. Here's my Sharry baby, and as you can see, I have 2 long spikes that seem to have aborted. Here's one more right here. So we'll see what happens with this. It looks like something happened to it. I've been finding a couple of snails here and there, so wouldn't doubt it if something ate it. I did a video on this one that the flowers, it was called CTNA Jammy Red. So I did a video on this and it bloomed, and the blooms were only lasting for like 2 days. So I guess I pollinated it because look at the seed pod. Isn't that cool? So it has a seed pod on it. Maybe I should send it off to be flasked or something, I don't know. Back there, I've just kind of neglected what's back there. Those are Dendrobium anceps. Over here, this is another rescue from Lowe's. It's called Lisa Taylor, I think it is. It's a Hatanara Lisa Taylor. Just kind of chilling out, really hasn't done much. And everything down here are Cattleyas, BC Star Ruby, another one that I forgot what the tag was, and then this one was a NOID from Lowe's anyway. So that's pretty much what I've got going in my shade house. I will take you on a little tour. Here's my backyard. Kind of cleaned it up last weekend, but I'll show you some of my Phalaenopsis. See? So, rescue Phalaenopsis doing really well. He's like leaning out of the pot, but super root bound and doing really well. Phalaenopsis Bellina, this is fantastic. I got this leaf grew out since I've purchased it back in April. This leaf is new. It has a new one coming out, and the roots are doing really well. You can see another rescue Phalaenopsis. This one kind of got some rot going on in there, but it stopped. So I'm just kind of waiting on that one to see what happens. Phalaenopsis hieroglyphica, and then its brother. They were from the same pot, and I separated them. Sorry, I'm getting bit up by mosquitoes. Just a NOID Phalaenopsis. Another one here that is a NOID Phalaenopsis. And this one also. This one was one of those that you get for Mother's Day that has other plants in it, and I took the other one off, but look at all this root growth. It did not have any of these. I actually thought this was gonna die, but it's got a basil keiki right here, so we'll see what happens with that. And then I had these 2 phals that are also NOID, but they were like on the brink of death, and this one actually doesn't have any roots, so I'm just seeing if that one even survives. And this one has some roots. I tried using in semi-waterculture like this one. Long story short, I had a possum that got into my sunroom and wreaked havoc, literally. I thought he actually got up on this railing of this baker's rack, and oh my god, I thought he was going to knock over everything. It was a little juvenile possum, and trying to get that out of your sunroom. First of all, I'm already scared of them to begin with, but I got him out, and yeah, I'll leave it at that. So those are some of my phals, and I just have them here. Over here, you can see I was working on something. I bought some African violets for $1, $1, and $1. And then this little plant, I put them in the middle, it's $1. And at Lowe's, I got this pot with really cool, like, low pot for like $2. So who can resist? So I'm gonna take this to my work and put this on my conference table in my office. A ponytail palm here, and then some succulents.